Hello everybody and welcome. Last time we hit a little bit of a bump in our season. Let's hope it's a very short-term bump, and can we get back to winning ways today? Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode 31 of To Be a Legend FM 26 style as we start the series managing Radcliffe, known as the Borough, for FM 26. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have two more games for you in the Enterprise National League Matchday 40 and 41. We're at home to Sutton United and then away to York City in today's matches. And well, we need to get back to winning form. As we said in the preamble, we'd had such a good run in the National League, and then we played Maidenhead United. Got a draw. Okay, we've had draws along the way, but then we hit a real problem against Accrington Stanley and our nemesis side, but also playing a 5-2-1-2, something like that. That always, the flat black three always seems to be a bit of a problem to us. Yeah. We need to sort that out and really need to come up with a solution of how we are going to play against teams that have a flat back three. Maybe we should have deployed a flat back three as well. Who knows? Since then, we have played one game, a game against Newport County, and goodness me, it was a very sort of like even Stevens game. Tajnev in the Newport County goal really kept us at bay, pretty much like the previous match. And then Gilligan got stepped up on 77 minutes and scored what we thought possibly could be a winner for Newport County. And our little bit of bad run was going to basically get bigger. But just 5 minutes later, Luke Enright scored a very good goal. In fact, we're going to show you that. A corner from Robinson to me. Me played it back to Robinson. Robinson crossed it in. It was headed away. Danny Elliott, Park. Glendon looked like he was going to take a shot. Decided against it. Robinson putting it into the path of Enright. Enright, who come on as a substitute, put it in the back of the net. And we got ourselves a level, as it turned out. And then we're pretty much right on time. In fact, it was pretty much the last kick of the game. Danny Elliott stepped out as we were given a penalty to put the ball in the back of the net to make it 2-1, and we absolutely scraped through with a 2-1 win. I did do what I didn't do previously when we got a penalty, and that was went to balanced before he took the penalty kick. Must do that in future. As you see, we had most of the game. They had about 15 minutes of the game, 60% of the possession, 16 shots, 9 of which were on target. We've got no problem with taking shots. We've got no problem with getting them on target. Just seem to be able to having problems putting them in the back of the net. They had 9 shots, 5 on target, which was a good ratio. And we kept them at bay. Cartwright playing his first full game for us in goal, and I won't say the goal that they got was really his mistake, but I think he could have probably done better. So there we go. That's how we got on against Newport County. We don't want to go to the match, and it's not going to let me come out of there, is it? Have I done something wrong? Done something wrong here? No, we're all right. Which means the table looks like this going into this round of matches. We are top, 3 points clear of Rochdale, who also won their game. They are in second place. Hartlepool winning again. They are in third on 78. 6 points behind us. Carlisle, their game in hand has been used up now because they didn't play in the last round of games because they were playing in the FA Trophy. They lost to Buxton on penalties, I hasten to add. So everybody's played the same amount of games now. I think, in fact, Braintree haven't. Braintree and Fylde have a game in hand. Or Fylde have a game in hand, so they could push up the table just a little bit. They could be up around here somewhere, actually. Fylde could move up into third place, but either way, still 6 points adrift of us. I said Carlisle in fourth. York City in fifth with 76 points. filed with a game in hand are currently in 6th on 75, and then there's a bit of a gap, still 12-point gap. The 12, no, what am I about, 22-point gap down to Altrincham, who are in 7th place. And despite winning a match there, they've gone back to losing ways. Right, that's where we've got to then. I don't think there... Oh, yes, there is one other bit of news to tell you. I have signed a new contract. It's only a 1-year contract. Takes me to the end of next season, so we'll see how we get on. If we do get promoted, don't do very well in League 2, I could get the sack. But we've got the same amount of wages as we've got now. However, we have got a 15% wage increase if we get promoted, which wasn't in there before. And they've also agreed to the £10,000 bonus if we get promoted by winning the National League. So having got that back in there, we've basically signed it for another year, which is all good news. Right, I don't think there's anything else to bring you up to date with. We will get straight into it. And our first game of the episode is against Sutton United. We played them earlier in the season. It was on that occasion a 2-1 win at the Gander Green Lane. It was goals from Enright and Elliott on that occasion, 41 and 60 minutes, and they had a consolation goal a minute into injury time from the penalty spot. Can we get a result today as we progress looking for a title win? And here is the side that faces Sutton United at Stainton Park in this Enterprise National League Match Day 40. We understand that Sutton are going to play a 4-3-3, so we've matched them up today to avoid any problems. Thompson is in goal, coming back in for Cartwright. Robinson, Crooks, Byrne and Shackelford. Let's hope Thompson doesn't let me down in this one. Shackelford making up the defensive line. Glendon as the deep line playmaker. Doyle and Harper in that central midfield. Whittingham and Elliott playing as the wide attackers. Enright leads the attack up front today with the bench looking like this. It's Cartwright, Park, Watson, Riley, Lissimore, me and Green. Doyle can played 75 minutes against Newport County, but I'm told that he can only play 60 minutes today, so we probably will change him at some point. Just look at the out of possession thing. Harper moves forward. Doyle and Glendon play a bit deeper. In fact, do we need to just swap that around a little bit? That looks a little bit wrong to me. That needs swapping over. I think that's probably the better way round to do it. Yeah. So that's how it looks going into this one. And here we are back at Stainton Park for this one. Playing a 4-3-3 today. Matching up Sutton United, currently 13th in the table on 49 points. And they make 6 changes from the side that beat Forest Green 3-1 in their last match. They're playing in a black kit today with a bit of goldy, yellowy colour. Enright gets the game underway. Out to Shackelford. Shackelford. It's ball. Robinson. Glendon. Doyle. Back to Robinson. Crooks. Byrne. Crooks. Bit of patient build-up, I think, today. Byrne, Shackelford. Shackelford goes on a bit of a run. Goes round his man into the area. And it's hit the post, I think. And gone out for a throw. Thrown on that far side from Robinson to Glendon. Back to Robinson. Whittingham. Whittingham into the area. Enright. Enright created a bit of space for himself. Didn't take the shot. And Shackelford has a go. But it's just wide of the post. Sims with the ball for Sutton United. Shackelford underneath that one. Elliott. Shackelford. Shackelford to Byrne. Crooks. Crooks goes out wide to Robinson. Robinson to Whittingham. Back to Robinson. Whittingham into the area as a shot. And if it was post or goalkeeper saved that. he was goalkeeper in that last highlight, and we seem to have come up against the goalkeeper. And as I was just about to say that, Danny Elliott beats Sims in the goal. We seem to come up against another goalkeeper that wants to shut the door and stop us, but Glendon does the work from the free kick. It swung in perfectly for Danny Elliott, near post and in the back of the net. As we head towards half-time, only 1 minute added on at the end of this first half. We've got a highlight again, and right out to Robinson. Robinson loses the ball, but it's gone into touch. And it is half-time. And we go in, a goal up, 36% of the possession. Now, that's unusual for us. We've had a lot of possession just recently and not had any goals. Who knows? They've had 64% of the possession. We've had 12 shots, 6 on target, 50%. They've had 2 shots, 1 on target, also 50%. But our XG is a lot better than theirs at 1.33. We've had 5, 10, 15... No, 5, 10, 15... 25 minutes of that first half. They've had about 20. So it's been reasonably even Stevens. But at the moment, we have our noses in front. We need to progress and push forward a little bit more. And they get the second half underway. No changes made at half-time that I'm aware of. They have a corner. First highlight of the second half, swung in. It's headed away, but not convincingly. But luckily, that's gone over the top. They have a throw-in on that far side. I think they've had the majority of the second half so far. We need to find a way back in. Byrne heads that on. Harper, again, heading it on as well. And we've not got rid of this. And danger ensues, and they've equalised. Joshua Phillips gets the equaliser. And I guess it was coming. Shackelford heads it away, but only as far as Bale. And Joshua Phillips falls on it, and Shackelford just lets him go round him. And it's across the goal. And Max Thompson just lets it past him. As we fast approach full time, 3 minutes added on at the end of this, and it's going to be a draw. And we've dropped points again. And that closing teams behind us are really going to be piling on the pressure. That is the big worry. Danny Elliott giving us the lead after 35, but a goal from Phillips after 56, and we didn't have that all our own way for sure. They had a lot of that second half and really kept us at bay. Albeit we did win back some of the possession. We had 17 shots, 10 on target. Again, a goalkeeper that kept us out, and that seems to be our problem of late. 1.5 on the XG. I think we should probably have had a second goal. They had 8 shots, 4 on target, 0.43. Are we starting to bottle it? Well, you come back for the day's results. Altrincham beaten Boreham Wood by a 1-0. They remain in 7th place. York City, our next opponents, beating Forest Green by 2-1. As most of the sides seem to be doing right now, beating Forest Green. And they move up into 3rd place on 79 points. So the next game is going to be a 6-pointer. Fylde, they are in 5th. They beat Truro City by 5-2. And they are in 5th on 78 points. Hartlepool only managed to draw against Halifax Town, 0-0 draw. They are in 4th. Of course, we beat Sutton, drew with Sutton, not beat them. I wish we had. Sutton United. What other scorelines have we got? Rochdale have to play Accrington Stanley in the late game. That's the most important, because if Accrington Stanley do get a result against them, it does mean that we will be 4 points clear of Rochdale, but it's still to be seen. well, the result went reasonably our way. Devante Rodney scoring after 4. A penalty for Accrington Stanley after 85 gave it a 1-1 draw, which means that we do have a 3-point gap at the top of the table. Again, not by our own doing. We seem to be sort of stuttering, as it were, but Rochdale dropping points for the first time in 5 games, and it does mean that that gap at the top has opened up just a little bit again, which is rather nice. 3 points down to Rochdale in second place, 6 points to York City. The next game is rather important. Hartlepool just behind them on goal difference, also on 79. Then Fylde have a game in hand. If they were to win that game in hand, they would be on 81, just 4 points behind us. So Fylde are the other threat to us at the moment. Carlisle also have a game in hand, but they would be on 80 points above York and Hartlepool. So that's all to play for. We have a couple of days. It's 5 days down to the game against York. We'll be back just ahead of that with any news. Well, you come back and join me on match day. And last time out at Stainton Park, we managed to beat them 3-0. On that occasion, and York had deployed a flat back 3. Just check that, and we did exactly the same against them on that occasion, I believe. So that's how we did. We didn't have a lot of the possession, but we did have 17 shots, 10 on target. Deverne Green scoring a brace, and Jack Robinson scoring the other one. And a similar sort of result today would be splendid, as we need to keep pressing away at the top of the league, because after this one there's just literally 5 games to go. And here is the team that faces York City in this National League Matchday 41. 6 games from the end of the season. Thompson is in goal. It's Watson, Crooks, Byrne and Shackelford as our defensive line. Glandon playing as the deep-lying playmaker. Doyle just in front of him in central midfield, and it's Whittingham, me and Green across the attacking midfield, with Enright leading the attack up front. On the bench today, it's Cartwright, Robinson, Park, Riley, Greenfield, Taylor and Elliott. And here we are at the LNER Community Stadium. They are playing a 4-2-2-1 today. Apparently, it's more like a 4-3-2-1. York City making 5 changes from the side that beat Forest Green 2-1 in the last match. York get us underway, playing in red tops, blue shorts today. Shackelford, Green, Doyle. Doyle puts that ball in space for Green. I'm not quite sure Green wasn't expecting it. Shackelford, Green crosses it in. It's headed away. Watson is out there to tidy up. Watson now crosses this ball in. Green couldn't get his header away. Shackelford, and it went through the crowd, and Hollingshead had to make a save. As we head towards half-time, it's 0-0. And doesn't look like we're going to get any more highlights. 3 minutes added on at the end of this first half. We are going to get a highlight, and it's a corner. Let's hope it's not bad news. Leno headed away. Not cleared, though. Fagan Walcott is out there. Chang. And Chang's found the back of the net. Through the crowd. And inside the 3rd minute added on at the end of this first half, York take a lead. We've contained them pretty well. We've had chances, but nothing on target. Chang getting this ball through, and Thompson grasping at thin air in the end. Saw it late, I think. And Enright getting us back underway. Glendon, Shackelford. Shackelford comes forward. Shackelford still going. Are we going to get an equaliser right on half-time? No, it's headed away. Whittingham will keep it in. Whittingham into the area, straight at the goalkeeper from Enright, and that is it for this first half. We've had 56% of the possession, 7 shots, 1 on target. they've not had a great deal of the game, but we haven't put, that was the only, right at the end there, that shot on target. They've had 5 shots, 4 on target. We need to hit the target a little bit more often. And in right, gets us underway for the second half. Out to Watson. Watson comes forward. They have a free kick, Freestone on the ball to Linnell. Low Everton. Line out. Crosses this ball in. Gallagher finds the back of the net and it's 2-0. And we've just not found a way past them at all. Byrne on the ball. Shackelford. Shackelford comes forward. Shackelford tried to get that through ball, but it was a poor ball in the end. Linnell is out there. He's giving Shackelford a bit of a torrid time out there, and it's through to Gallagher. Gallagher's in the danger zone, and it's crossed in, but this time it's gone wide. And a shot across goal from Greenfield, who's come on. It's gone for a corner. We're going to see the corner. Doyle has the corner. Crossed in. Headed away. They've defended very well. Me inside to Doyle. Doyle back to me. Me! He scored and we've got one back on 79 minutes. Can we get something out of this game? Hollingshead beaten finally. Doyle crossed this ball in. It was headed away by Freestone. Me tidies up. Doyle, a 1-2 then with me. Me gets it on his right foot, curls it into the top net. Top corner, rather, and it's 2-1. Stones gets us underway straight away, and that's gone into touch. Throw in from Robinson. Robinson to Doyle. Back to Robinson to Crooks. Byrne. Byrne to Glendon. Riley. Riley finds me. Me comes forward. Me passes it into the path of Riley. Riley through to Greenfield. Greenfield! And Danny Elliott has us all square. And in the space of 2 minutes, we've put this game on its head. We were 2 down, not looking as if we could do anything. That put into space for Greenfield. Greenfield into the area. It's crossed in. And Danny Elliott supplies the touch to put it in the back of the net. It's 2-2. Thompson with a goal kick. This one to Whittingham. Whittingham heads it. Robinson's underneath it. We just got to be careful now we don't concede because that... Oh, Pearce is in. Pearce scores. And, well... I have to say, Max Thompson hasn't covered himself in glory this afternoon. The saves were there to be made, and he's not done it. As we fast approach the 90 minutes, we thought we had got this back in, but we've come unstuck. 6 minutes added on, and it's ticking away. Are we going to get another highlight? It doesn't look like it, and we're going to lose this game 3-2. 47% of the possession, 18 shots, 6 on target, 1.29. They had 53% of the possession, 16 shots, 9 on target, 1.42. We've lost. Well, the results, whilst we didn't get the result we wanted, results have sort of gone in our favour. because I think Rochdale were right behind us. And Rochdale look as if they have lost. We'll check that in a minute. But Carlisle beating Accrington Stanley by 6 goals to 2. They were behind in that game. Palmer after 15. And then a penalty on 24. Accrington Stanley 2 up. But then they come back and absolutely twants them. So a big result there. Other results that we're interested in. We're having a quick look down. Rochdale losing 5-1 to Newport County. Newport County doing us an absolutely huge favour. Fylde only managing a draw with Solihull Moors. That's also a very good result, which means that as we were playing York City, even though we lost to them, possibly should have drawn, and it was a shame we didn't draw because we'd have had 3 points clear over Carlisle. But as it stands, we are in a position. Let's have a look at the table properly. We are top on 85, even though our form has gone somewhat awry, to say the least. Carlisle are in second on 83. York move up into third on 82, just 3 points behind us now, as are Rochdale. But we need to just keep going now. Fylde are in 5th on 79. They do have a game in hand, though, and if they were to win that game in hand, they would move up to 3rd place because they have a better goal difference than York and Rochdale, so they would move up into there. Hartlepool are 6th, also on 79 points, and then the last playoff place at the moment is held by Altrincham, who have 65 points. 2 teams, Braintree and Scunthorpe, just outside on 61 points. That is how we end the episode. I can tell you we come in. We're going to play Boreham Wood offline, and then we're going to come back for Braintree and Truro in what really is an episode that we need to win against Boreham Wood, and then beat Braintree and Truro City, and then see where we are. I think by then we possibly stand a chance, as long as we don't blow ourselves up in the meantime, and hopefully we can get back to winning ways fairly quickly. But I do hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, keeps you up to date with all future episodes of To Be a Legend as they're released. And I know they're all over the place at the minute, and I do apologise. Hopefully we will get ourselves back on track this week as we run into Easter, and obviously with Easter next week, hopefully we will come out of there on the right fettle. Best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on the channel, though, is follow me on X at JustOffside2. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It'll be episode 32. We're going to have Braintree and Truro City as we get down to the final 4 games of the season. Till then, bye-bye.